we are live here on Instagram as well as on Facebook. I think I got this set up done properly. But let's get it started. There we go. There we go. All right. Hey, everyone. Give just a few moments for everyone to join in. All right. Okay, well, I'll just go ahead and get started. So today I'm continuing on day 3 of the countdown to relaunch to my website, my photography website. And I was kind of going back and forth between whether or not I should do this live today, just because of everything that has transpired within the last few days and with the abundance of posts on social media. Today is an assortment of things. Today is the primary election days day for Maryland and DC. And it also happens to be Blackout Tuesday, as a way to stand in solidarity for just what's going on right now with protests and just reflecting on the lives of Black people. So I was kind of torn between should I do this or not, but I know where I'm coming from, what my intent is with using this platform, and it has always been from the start to really show love to people through my photography and just myself as a person. And I could not sit around and be silent. I know we're all processing things in our own ways. Some are out there on the front lines and others are not on the front line but at home, spreading the word, supporting those who are choosing to go out there and protest through, bail funds and resharing posts and buying from Black owned businesses and really just fostering that community. And the thing that came to mind is like the reference in the Bible where it's like even the rocks will cry out. So if the rocks will cry out, why am I not saying anything? Or why am I gonna just sit back and choose not to use my voice, whether that is verbally or visually or in a blog, in a video, in a post, in a live stream like this? I have a voice, so I'm going to use it. So that is why I pushed through and decided to do this live today. And I don't anticipate it being very long, but thank you to each of you who have joined me today. But I think that the content that I have is still relevant. So today I want to focus on tools that I have used in my business, in my photography business, or just photography in general, that I have used throughout the years that have allowed me to. Oh, Talia, thank you so much. Love you too, girl. And I just saw your flyer today for your June lineup, so I'm going to put some of those dates on my calendar. I see you, girl. So yeah, these are some tools that many people know about, that are out there. they're available to the public. They're free, or they have free versions of them. And these are tools that I have used throughout the years to create various forms of content, and really put my work out there, express myself. And let's go from the beginning. So I I would say I was first introduced to social media through MySpace, or I came up at the time of MySpace. So of course MySpace was big for music artists, and for them to get their, their music out there to targeted audiences. And then it kind of turned into the high schoolers, the tweens, just using it. I don't know if y'all remember the top 8. If you're on the top 8 of somebody's list, you were it. So with MySpace, it allowed for you to customize your page with different layouts and templates. You could add really cool effects and features to it, like a glitter and sparkly mouse or when somebody would click on your page, you would have music playing in the background, like your very own playlist. And so that kind of just opened my eyes to, oh, you can customize things on your page, and you can do some really cool and neat things and make it your own. So around, I guess around the same time of MySpace, when MySpace was like really, really big, in my perspective, Facebook also had popped up on the scene. So yes, so my Facebook, have Solia. She said she taught herself how to code with MySpace. That is a real thing. Like, that's a real thing. There's a lot of genius involved with being able to code, customize your site using code. So that's awesome. So yeah, Facebook came along, and then Facebook now looks completely different than what it did back then. It was basic, but it was enough to make connections with your friends, your family, especially you're in your high school phase. So Facebook was very, I would say, text oriented back when I started using it. So it was like my sophomore or junior year of high school. And I used Facebook as a way to share my thoughts, my statuses. Like, I am feeling, how are you feeling today? Melisha is feeling blah, 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 fill in the blank. And I also made use of the, oh, hey, thanks for joining, saying hi to everyone. I also used Facebook as a way to, or I utilized the notes feature on Facebook. So I went to town because prior to that, you would find me at home on whatever desktop, pulling up the notepad feature on my computer and typing up journals, writing poems on the basic notepad. I was writing stories and all that jazz. And fun fact, I also would use the Paint tool or the Paint app on the old Microsoft operating system. I would create designs from scratch using the Paint app. So I don't know if there's anybody else that was like that would use, your Paint. I was fascinated with zooming in up close and looking at the different pixels and the colors and creating, I don't know, just drawing pictures of people and different objects. And funny thing, in high school I also took coding classes. I learned a little bit about Java and C++. So, oh, can you all still see me? Oh, it looks like it's loading. Okay. Not sure what's going on, but oh, I switched it. Okay. Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm doing something. Hold on, I switched it up. Okay, let's try this again. do that? Oh, I tapped it. That's why. Okay, well, this is something new for me that I'm learning. Okay, well, I'll figure it out. But anyway, um, yeah, just learning a little bit about coding and then the behind the scenes of how you can apply images and tables and customize your website from the coding standpoint. So yeah, going forward, well, I'm using all of the tools like Facebook. I was actually taking the C++ class while or when I joined Facebook in high school. So yeah, interesting little backstory. So fast forward as social media is booming, you've got Twitter on the scene. These are the ones that are coming to my mind. You've got Twitter on the scene, and I was a baby when it came to Twitter, but it's interesting now. I'm using it more often than I did back then when I joined Twitter. But I have my Twitter account, and then Instagram. We all know about Instagram. And also when I applied some of those design skills and a little bit of coding experience to my blogger site, which is, if you look online, it should still be there because Blogger is under Google, which is linked to my Google account or Google email. So if you want to do it, go ahead and do a little internet search. You will see my blog should still be up there, but haven't really posted anything in a while. But I started, oh, and fun fact about why I chose Blogger, because at that time when I was getting into the blog space, popular hosting services was WordPress, and there was even Zanga was really popular in high school as well. And so I tried out Zanga, but I wasn't really down for it. So, and I didn't want to do what everybody else was doing or use the the host service that everyone else was using. So I'm like, I don't want to use WordPress. Although where you can achieve some really awesome things with WordPress, I just did not want to use it. So I went to Blogger. And hence there my blog was created. And I had poured into that over the years while I was in high school and in college. And then I transitioned from using Blogger in grad school to creating my own website, which has gone through several iterations to where we are today. My Imprints by Melissa J website. So now with many of the tools that are available for free through like your app store, or they have the web versions of them, I use them to my advantage. I use my design experience, my coding experience, my engineering experience, my research experience. I use all of that to produce the content that I need, that I want to put out there, that I want to create, that I'm inspired by to create. So Canva is a free service that is available for you to use to design really neat templates. Similar to, actually, no, before Canva, I was using Microsoft Office Suite. I was using things like Publisher when I had access to it at school. I was using Publisher to create flyers in college and in grad school. And I was using PowerPoint to create flyers, images, little logos for my pictures and for my blog and my website. I use whatever I had at my disposal to create these imagery, until I was able to advance to the point where I'm using now software such as Adobe Suite, the Photoshop, and Lightroom. So I don't knock what resources I have available to me. As long as you can create something, you know how to set it up properly, like settings wise, and metadata wise, you can go a long way. So I use PowerPoint a lot. I use Microsoft Word a lot. I use Google Drive, or it's Google Drive now, but it was Google Docs back then. And the spreadsheets, all of this is available through your account online. And so I would use all of those to help me draft and create blogs and journals and poems and whatever it is that came to me, and incorporate all of that experience into when I design templates using Canva. So I say all that to say that you have a bunch of resources that are available to you at your disposal. But how are you going to use them? And there's no right way to use them, but how are you going to use them to share whatever message you might have for others, in a time, or the times like we're facing right now with a lot of the injustices in society? It's like you can use these tools as a way to reach people with a message, and whether that be something that's uplifting or an inspiring message or a loving message, you can use these tools to help you come up with a strategic plan, to share a message that resonates with you. So yeah. That's mainly all I had to share with you all today. Is just that look, I had to scroll to the bottom. Hey Joy, hey Bakuya, hey Christian. I see you all. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, you can use these tools to help you share whatever message that you have. And I choose to spread messages of love and positivity and just joy and perseverance, endurance, even when situations don't always look nice or feel nice, or I'm feeling frustrated or sad or a little angry. Like, everything we do, everything we say is a choice, and I choose to put out very positive and loving messages as much as I can. So, with that in mind, I encourage you to do the same. If you're feeling all kinds of ways with what is going on, that's okay. Let it out. Cry if you need to, journal if you need to, draw if you need to, design some templates using Canva if you need to, repost some things on Instagram if you need to, share an uplifting message on Facebook if you need to. We are all in this together, and we can't get past this if we don't work together. So that's all I had to share with you all today. Feel free to let me know, if you want to reach out to me. Just send me a message or comment under the video if you have any thoughts you want to share. And if you are using any of these resources that I mentioned here, I'd love to know how you're using them. Feel free to comment below how you're using them, or if you're using them, or Maybe there's something you didn't know about before and you want to learn more about it, feel free to comment below. But other than that, I wish you all a awesome rest of your evening, and keep your head up with everything that's going on. Make sure you get out there and vote. It is 6:21 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right now. So if you live in Maryland or DC, you have until 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to turn in your ballots and vote. I encourage you to vote because your voice matters. I encourage you to submit your ballot, and you if you didn't receive a ballot but you're registered, I believe you're able to go to one of the regional sites and walk up and vote in person. But otherwise, if you have your ballot, your absentee ballot, you can just pull up into one of, you can either mail it in, make sure it's postmarked. It's probably after the fact right now, but you can drive up to one of those spots and place your ballot in one of the drop boxes, and you're good to go. So if you haven't done so already, make sure you get out there and vote. And just be safe out there, everyone. Be safe out there. Make sure you're protecting yourself during this time. If you choose to go out in the streets in protests, be safe out there. You all have an amazing evening, and I have much love for each of you that are here. Have a good one.